Welcome to a pretty sultry Budapest, it has to be said, as the great adventure begins for Northern Ireland and Hungary. Two nations that you have to say aren't inextricably linked by any means, but they are united in a desire to end what, by the time the European Championship finals come around, will have been a 30-year wait to compete in a major tournament. The new format makes qualification more likely. I'd hesitate to say it will be easier. Most teams will be playing for more than pride throughout, super motivated and with a sharper competitive edge. But unquestionably, there is every reason for optimism on both sides this evening. Well, they've made a great impression, as you'd expect, the Irish support in this old handsome city. This match tonight taking place in a brand spanking new, and it also has to be said, pretty good looking stadium. And they're certainly making their presence felt. Just over 1,000 of them here in the Groupama Stadium, the home of Ferencváros. We will pause before kick-off for the national anthems. Balázs Gyurcsák there with a fair play message.
A két jelenlévő csapat nevében kijelentem, hogy a fair play szellemében fogunk játszani, tiszteletben tartva a szabályokat, az ellenfelet és a játékvezetőt.
We play to demonstrate our fairness and solidarity now and in the future, both on and off the football field. My game is fair play.
Csatlakozunk a FIFA jelszavához mondván, éljen a fair play, my game is a fair play.
Two captains with that message, which we'll hope will be abided by in the coming 90 minutes or so. Well, two footballing nations that we tend to associate with former glories, hoping to write new and thrilling chapters in their history in this European qualifying campaign. And what a fabulous noise in this sold-out Groupama arena. Well, let's take a check on tonight's teams. Hungary coach Attila Pinter was certainly expecting Northern Ireland to start with a back three. Not many, to be fair, expected his team to, but that is how it appears. There is a competitive debut for former Liverpool keeper Peter Gulaci, ahead of Bolton's Adam Bogdan. A full debut for midfielder Balázs Balog. Nemanja Nikolic is a striker in form with 7 goals in 6 games for league leaders Videoton. Look out for Watford's Daniel Turja in midfield. Our officials come from Germany tonight. Deniz Aytekin, a man with plenty of Champions League experience behind him, is in charge.
Yellow or white? White. White, you can choose to... You stay here? Okay. Okay, huh?
Well, Michael O'Neill has named a Northern Ireland 11 that gives him plenty of room for manoeuvre tonight. He'd love to have Johnny Evans available, but he's suspended after that red card in Azerbaijan in October. But the experience of Macaulay, Hughes, Brunt, Baird and Davis crucial. Roy Carroll, an immovable number 1. Kyle Lafferty needs to make a difference for a team without a goal in over 6 hours of international football. Plenty of discussion, plenty of speculation, frankly, about the various tactical permutations for the two teams. All that is about to be answered. Northern Ireland, after a desperately disappointing World Cup campaign, for them it is a fresh start. For Hungary, not too far away, finished 3rd in what was a tough group behind the Dutch and the Romanians. Believe that they can make an impression here in this section. And the first observation to report, it's back 3 against back 4, but not the way we might have thought.
No, we thought it was going to be the other way around, to be honest, Daniel, and it is a back 3. But I look at the wing backs that's playing for Hungary, and particularly on the left-hand side, Jurajak, he is a bit pacey. He's got a lot of goals as well. He's not, I wouldn't call him your normal wing back, but then I wouldn't call Chris Brunt a normal left back either, would I?
We did start there against Portugal in the last campaign and was doing very well until the red card. And then slip in possession. Michael O'Neill with some early points to make. Aaron Hughes, and here's Macaulay. He's not had as much football as I'm sure he would have liked so far this season for West Brom. Looks as though Jurajak, actually, for Hungary, the skipper, is just going to play off the front. So that's an interesting development. The number 7, who is their most expensive player of all time, 19 million euros he cost Dinamo Moscow.
Well, they're pressing now. It looks like they're playing 4 up, and they're going to try and press. I think they were expecting Northern Ireland to play 5 at the back, so that was why they were going to push 4 on. But not so, and this is Steve Davis on the ball.
Lafferty, it is such a big campaign for him. Wasn't available often enough last time around, and that has to change. Here is Brunt. Looking for Lafferty, and that should, not for the want of trying though, escape his clutches.
Yeah, a little bit too much pace in the ball from Brunt, and he's just signalling to Kyle Lafferty, sorry about that, a little bit too much pace on it, but the idea was good. There was an angle there, you know, there's plenty of space. When you're playing with 3 at the back, there's space in the flanks there, and that was the idea. And Kyle's pace could cause a lot of problems, but he needs service. I said that earlier, he needs service tonight.
It's Balog to turn it on, who does appear to have started in that left wing-back role. This is Davis, options to his left, and if he can feed Jamie Ward, there was potential there for Northern Ireland.
I just wish he'd have passed it a little bit earlier. That's the thing I was saying. Loads of space on the left-hand side. Jamie Ward made a great run and wanted to pass earlier than that from Steve Davis.
Juhas. It's Liptak, József Varga, who Middlesbrough fans may remember fondly from his time there last season. Turja Championship present rather than past with Watford. Here's Lafferty. And that's a free kick, foul by Juhas.
Good turn from the big man. He's done really well on that one. Left Juhas for dead and won the free kick.
That's one of the most experienced figures in this Hungary side, winning his 81st cap tonight.
McKinley trying to pass on some information.
Chris Baird over the kick. McCauley coming in from the back, might get there. Juhas won it. Here's Brunt. Baird. This is positive, and it could be more than that. Jamie Ward, what a chance.
What a fabulous layoff from Kyle Lafferty, and Jamie's frustrated there. Super ball and Chris Baird volleyed off. Great cushion layoff, and Jamie maybe could have taken a touch, tried to hit it first time, but that's the first real chance of the game for Northern Ireland.
There could be an opportunity here. It's Jurcho. Jujak just trying to help it on. Looked like Rudolph was better placed just behind him, in all honesty.
Well, he took it with the wrong foot again. Opened up here. First touch is good. Cut back. Jujak tries to hit it with his left foot. It was, for me, it should have been a right foot. And you're right. In behind him, screaming for the ball, was Rudolph. I think he was better placed.
Well, a positive start from both sides. That's Lafferty. Jujak losing out. It's Vansak, Jurcho, Brunt, and Nikolic in close attendance, and they will have to keep an eye on him. I mentioned his record right at the start of this season for the Leaders Videoton, who somewhat controversial club, being helped considerably by taxpayers' money on their way to, well, possibly league success this season. They've certainly started in the right manner. The Prime Minister is a fan. Jujak trying to make some inroads.
And he was looking for the reverse pass to Rudolph, who was in a good position, but the pass wasn't great from Jujak. He looks as if he's got a free roll. He's played on the left, he's played on the right, he's played down the middle. I think he's got a free roll here.
Varga. Here is Gulacsi. Only made the bench at Anfield. This only his second cap for Hungary. Gabor Kirai, the former Crystal Palace goalkeeper, who you may remember more for his attire than anything else, did play a fair part of the last qualifying campaign, but there's been a generational shift, if you like, in terms of the goalkeeping spot.
A disappointing ball from Lipsak.
Baird. Ollie Norwood. Here's Brunt. McCauley. Conor McLaughlin. Such a key part in Fleetwood's remarkable rise. Well, Brunt has maybe shown too much of that to Jurcho, and Jujak will step in. Here's Varga. Rudolph. And Davis showing good work ethic to get back there and win the ball back for Northern Ireland. Corey Evans. We might have the full complement of the Evans family out there tonight. He is a big miss.
He is a big miss. Certainly last season when he was on form, as I said, the game against Portugal, he was just absolutely magnificent. And he's a loss for any team. Oh, the chance now.
Here's McLaughlin. Nick on the cross, and Lafferty hunting for something.
Good to see Conor McLaughlin getting forward. Half decent ball into the near post. Kyle Lafferty's run was good. And he gets across the defender, just gets a little glance on it, but too much. Purchase, and it's over the top. And again, they're getting half chances. They've done well. They're keeping the ball well at the back. I think they've settled down very well in the opening 8 minutes.
It's pretty much the same basic setup from their last competitive game in Israel at the tail end of the last qualifying game, with Davis playing off the front when they've got the ball. Van Schaik part of this back three, which is very much a surprise for Hungary.
Oh, well done, Jimmy Ward. Excellent. Got across Rudolph, forced the foul on him.
Rudolph may wish to be playing a little further forward. No question about that decision at all. A lot of the statistics do make pretty grim reading at the moment for Northern Ireland, so I won't trouble you with them, but the history between these two,
Not good.
4 meetings, 4 wins for Hungary.
I think Northern Ireland's only scored 1 goal against Hungary before. That was Norman Whiteside when they lost 2-1 at Windsor Park.
Yes, so Knight, Anton Rogan possibly won't look back on it with any fondness for the first goal. And qualifying for the '90 World Cup under Billy Bingham. Beaten 2-1 at Windsor Park and 1-0 in Budapest.
Yeah, that goal in Budapest, the 1-0, was in the 84th minute, 5-6 minutes from the end. Looked good for long periods for Northern Ireland in that game, but you have to keep your concentration right throughout the whole 90 minutes, and there's a foul. Kyle Lafferty trying to push his way past Varga.
An excellent season last year with Palermo in Italy, helping them to promotion.
Did well, didn't they?
Interesting comments from the chairman about his departure, which I think were just trying to justify the sale of a key player, weren't they? What did they call him? An out-of-control womanizer. I think Carl might demur a little. He's certainly very popular down there. It's Liptak. That's Juhas. Liptak again for Hungary. Was seeking out Balog in behind. Well, the intent clear. Didn't quite come off on this occasion.
Conor McLaughlin positional play was good. The pass wasn't.
Well, I don't know if Balázs Balog is saying thank you very much to the coach Attila Pinter. International debut. He usually plays as a left winger or off the front. Here he is as a left wing back. Yeah. His first international.
But he lines up as if he's a left wing back, but then he becomes free after that. If you watch, you can see he's got a free role. He's played through the middle, he's played on the right. Oh, well done, Kyle Lafferty's won that one and settled down nicely. Wins a free kick.
A painful one for Karl Lafferty, briefly at least, which will mean words for Vilmos Van Schaik.
This is why. He can't win the ball. He goes straight through the back of Kyle Lafferty. Lucky Van Schaik, I think he's lucky not to get a yellow card for that one. Well, you've got a choice here. It can be a right foot or a left foot. Leaving it now. Ollie Norwood's going to leave it to Bronte. He's got a sweet left foot.
Set pieces so vital. Front ball. Conor McLaughlin's in there. Gulacsi coming a long way.
I can't see why the referee's given a free kick. The goalkeepers bundle everybody over. Gareth McCauley's asking exactly the same question. It's hung up there. Well, if anything, you can see a hand on the throat of Gareth McCauley. I think that's one that the referee should have just let play on.
Here's Juhas. Liptak now for Hungary, who are under relatively new management. Attila Pinter, who replaced Sandor Echeverri last year. Giorgio, real promise. And Brunt in the right place at the right time because Varga was arriving.
Tell you what, that's some pass and a great first touch from Jurcho. Over the top of the back four, he's timed the run perfect. One touch, cuts it back, an excellent cover at the expense of a corner kick.
Well, some good targets for Hungary here. Jujak over the ball. Jurcho's just coming for the short one, but he'll go with Carroll in a bit of trouble. It looked like he was being boxed in there by Nikolic.
Decent ball in, and you're right, Roy Carroll was coming for it. Too many bodies in the way for me. Gonna get a second chance now.
First real pressure point for Northern Ireland. With Conor McLaughlin and Vilmos Švančák, who's already incurred the referee's displeasure at the other end. Oh, something different here. Oh, and can they make something of it in there? Rudolph and Varga. Well, pulled all the way out to Daniel Terzic. That was something a little bit different.
That's straight off the training ground. Everybody been sucked into the 6-yard box. Terzic has the shot from the edge of the box. He mishits it, but fortunately it goes towards one of his own players, Rudolph here. He didn't really make a big enough attempt for me. Varga was the one who was stretching more than anybody, and easy for Roy Carroll in the end. But anxious moments for Northern Ireland in the opening 20 minutes.
But here's Ward looking to change that. Might break kindly here for Lafferty. Švančák got an important foot in. Here's Brunt. Oh, and Lafferty scenting an opportunity, was quickest to react. Oh, and Ward has stolen it. Had to get that challenge right there, Liptak, after his initial bout of hesitation, which could have proved very costly.
Yeah, Zoltan Liptak very fortunate. Jamie Ward does great to pick his pocket when he was trying to clear the ball, and all came out of it at the end was a corner kick. But do you know what? It's neither side has dominated. It's very open. They're anxious because of a new manager, and there's a lot of expectation here. It's a full house. I think they're under more pressure than Northern Ireland.
Gulaci this time didn't have a route to claim, and it was Nikolic who dealt with it back there, the striker.
Well, a combination of Nikolic and Rudolph trying to get it away. It's a Northern Ireland throw-in, but I just think we could do a little bit more.
Well, it would be interesting to see the Hungarian reaction, given that there's a slight hint of nerves out there if they were to concede. Here's Terzic. Stephen Davis quick to close him down. That's Balog. Up to Nikolic. It's Corey Evans who intervened that time for Northern Ireland. Norwood. Balog again. Terzic. Rudolph, very tight. Plenty of men in wide around him. There'll be some good battles in there. Varga is certainly a pretty tenacious character at the heart of the midfield. Terzic's got a bit more elegance and poise about him. That's Baird. Wood.
Oh, it's done well.
Davis. Oliver Norwood for Northern Ireland. McLaughlin. And he'll get it back. And on he'll go, Davis. Maybe trying to work a shooting opportunity into plenty of traffic.
I think we overplayed there. We had two opportunities to get a shot off, didn't take it for me.
Jurcho with a potentially useful ball here. Rudolph going to get in there, but Aaron Hughes tidies up.
Excellent play from Aaron. Nobody more experienced on the park. Over 90 caps for Northern Ireland, the 34-year-old. And sees the danger and snuffs it out straight away.
And Michael O'Neill grateful that his persuasive powers to bring him out of retirement
absolutely.
worked.
Oh, here's a chance now.
It's Lafferty. And Varga back there, as he so often is for Hungary.
He's done well.
Saving the day.
He's done well. Vargas' work ethic, because he's turning inside Liptak, and Varga nicks it. And he seems to be doing the same role that Chris Bird is doing for Northern Ireland. He's like the anchor man in front of the, well, it's a back three for Hungary, but the back four for Northern Ireland. Chris Bird's doing exactly the same job.
And he's pretty much as versatile, Varga. Borough fans will certainly remember his stints at right back, which he's played for his country as well. Attila Pinter, grateful to be back in the dugout tonight. He missed their last international against Kazakhstan because of surgery for a duodenal ulcer, would you believe? They did all right without him, a 3-0 victory. Well, certainly the stress of the job has certainly already been making an impact.
It's the start of a new competition. There's points at stake. There's expectation. It's how can they handle the pressure. And you know, as I say, just coming up to 20 minutes now, and Northern Ireland's played their part. They've had a couple of chances themselves, as have Hungary. But pretty much a stalemate.
Giorgio. Away from Norwood beautifully. Terzier. Here's Balog. Into Jujak.
Oh, he's taken a dive, surely. I think he's milked that one, and the German official is obliged. He's done well to keep it in. And then, look, he's gone, he's got away, and he's thrown himself to the ground. That's a clear dive for me.
Sensed it was a losing battle to get away with the ball, and
it's a free kick, and it's in a dangerous position, though.
well, can he conjure a quality delivery to get them on their feet? Oh, and all the way across.
Well, justice is done for me, because should never have been a free kick. Well, why is he giving it the other way? It didn't hit anybody, did it?
It didn't appear to take a touch. Giorgio. Challenged by Ward. Lafferty. Lose out in the end. Here's Rudolph. Looking towards Nikolic. Aaron Hughes, right place again. Ward.
Trying to find Kyle Lafferty. Ollie Norwood was available. It might have been the better option.
Terzier looking to spread it here for Giorgio. Oh, nicely into Rudolph. Aaron Hughes has got to be cute and use all of that experience, which he did.
Didn't dive in, and that's what you get from experience. Rudolph, first touch was good. Clever little cushion layoff as well. And Aaron comes across and once again intercepts what was a potential danger. Don't like them giving away so many free kicks and corner kicks, though, when that's pressure. This is the third one that the Hungarians have had in the opening 21.5 minutes.
And Czech and McLaughlin getting very well acquainted again. Well, they're pinning Roy Carroll. There's no way for him to deal with it. This is Rudolph. A nice idea, but not the execution, and a possibility on the break for Northern Ireland.
Tell you what, the break's on every time. You know that in the space there. Wonderful run from Jamie Ward on this left-hand side. This is where the space seems to be, but he couldn't be found. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the pass away quickly enough. They'll take the free kick. Good defending from that last corner kick from Gareth McCauley as well. Very, very strong in the air.
Now fall to Rudolph, who sets his sights. It's safe hands, Roy Carroll.
Well, a bit sloppy there from Ollie Norwood. Had his pocket picked, and the ball fell kindly for Rudolph. He's taking the shot. I think he saved everybody's nerves there by taking the shot early. Really could have went on another 4 or 5 yards for me. Roy Carroll will accept all back passes.
Well, Karl Lafferty certainly making his presence felt with Zoltan Liptak.
Good press on Jimmy Ward. Oh, there you go. That's what happens when you do press. Mistake. It's good if you can win it off the opposition in their own defensive third.
It was Roland Juhas who was made to feel a little uncomfortable then. Back at home with Videoton after a good spell at Anderlecht, where he got a lot of Champions League football.
Corey Evans just a little bit too much pressure on Balloch. They made the most of the situation.
That's Varga.
Strong, isn't it? Very aggressive, very positive in the middle of the park for them.
He will make it his.
Well, he wanted it more than anybody else, definitely. You could see his power and pace and the determination as he jumped with Jimmy Ward.
It's Juhas. Certainly as we head towards the 25-minute mark, it's been encouraging for Northern Ireland. There have been plenty of positives there.
Yeah, they've looked comfortable at the back for most of the time. As long as they don't take chances, and that's a good ball. That is a good ball. Just a little bit too long. You can see they're looking to play it in that space again. I feel that's where they're vulnerable, in the left-hand side. You play through at the back, there's going to be channels. And if the surface is good, that one was a little bit long from Bronte.
I'd suggest Jurcho is perhaps not as willing to help out that back three as Balog is on the other side.
Yeah.
Here is Jurcho, those made some inroads on this flank in an attacking sense. He's got help from Rudolph here. And that's a threatening ball, which McLaughlin turns to relative safety.
Well done, Gareth McCauley as well. He put enough pressure. I think it's Nikolic who comes across. It is Nikolic at the near post. But super ball in again from Churchill. He is a threat.
Oh, well defended by Lafferty. Talking about making it his, he certainly did there.
That's it, positive and strong. It helps when you're 6'4" though, doesn't it?
Here's Jujak. Shots on. Canada think off Nikolic.
Yeah, it did. It hit his own player, thankfully.
Terzier. Oh, and Juhas still up there. In front, preventing the corner.
Well done. Good defending there, Gareth McCauley and Chris Brunt between them, and Aaron Hughes trying to organise the troops.
Jurcho's cross.
Well, building up a little bit of pressure now, Hungary. They've had 3 or 4 half chances. Still applying pressure and another corner kick. I said it earlier, don't like too many corner kicks. You do invite opportunities for the big players to get forward. And that means that Liptak can get forward, and he's a threat. Take it quickly.
Yeah, Jurcho offering himself for the short one. Jujak. There's been a bit of variation from the set pieces, but Northern Ireland will prefer that particular variation.
I can't believe the referee's given the free kick for feet up, and both their feet are the same height. This is a referee with Champions League experience as well. Well, whose foot's the highest? There's no complaints from the players.
Yeah, to say the least, that's a strange one.
I'm watching Michael O'Neill down below, and he's saying exactly the same as I've said to the fourth official. And I have to agree with him. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But it means more pressure, another free kick. And it's actually Rudolph that's taken it.
Jurcho has dropped back on this occasion. Ballard. Rudolph.
Well, I think there's a lot of pluses for Michael so far in the opening half hour. A lot of pluses. Zuzak appealing for handball when he can't really be honest and think that it's a handball when it hits him on the side.
Gareth McCauley and co certainly having to play their part. Waves of pressure, but in terms of clear-cut chances, haven't really come yet for Hungary.
Nope, not. The referee then telling him to go back. Jamie Ward having a battle with Zuzak.
Well, it's drawn the referee's attention. Fourth official helping out with his pair of eyes. Barger, lose out of Norwood. This is Ward.
Can't believe they're both appealed when they see it come off Zuzak. Zuzak appealed for it and the manager appealed for it. Hate to see that. He had the best position on the park as well. 5 feet away he was.
Zuzak.
Does that tell you he's under a lot of pressure?
He's made a decent enough start. One defeat to Finland, who are in this group. They met in a friendly. Drawn with Denmark. They've beaten Albania. And Varga and Norwood coming together.
Norwood's jumped it. Varga's made it back, and he's got it. Look, he's not gone for the ball. He's just back straight into him. And everything's certainly going the home side's way in terms of free kicks.
Giorgio. Terja.
Half a chance there, a little bit. Too long, that last pass.
Well, it's a big night for all the home nations, or for many of them, Scotland particularly, and it could not be a bigger task for them against Germany. Sky Sports 5 from 7 o'clock for that one. What an opener for Gordon Strachan.
Just look at this. This is exactly the same as what we saw earlier. Kyle Lafferty hasn't tried to jump. He's just stood his body in the way, and the referee gives the free kick the other way.
England beginning their campaign against Switzerland tomorrow, and then Wales are off to Andorra on Tuesday.
Nice part of the world.
Now that they've decided where it actually is going to be played.
Well, a lot of controversy over the plastic surface. Well, there usually is when there's plastic surfaces involved.
Well, the old national stadium known as the Net, but the rebuilt one will be named after, quite rightly, Ferenc Puskás. Will be quite a sight here in Budapest. 68,000 stadium that would be capable of hosting a Champions League final.
Great tackle. Oh, come on now. He's let that go for 3 seconds. What's going on? He's won it cleanly. Has it the linesman given that or what? Let's have a look. Looking like he's playing for it, and he's got the free kick. He's given a lot of free kicks for soft challenges, in my opinion.
Well, they've stood firm so far. Jujak's free kick. Aaron Hughes on the end of it. Terja. Balog. Terja. The right foot this time towards Juhas. Ward was up. Jujak hoping to retrieve. And Carroll able to get it away.
Well, at last the referee's given a free kick to Northern Ireland. And the cross comes in, and you can see Roy Carroll's coming to punch it, and he's clattered into the defender, Van Sack.
Northern Ireland supporters' ironic reaction.
It was quite an ironic cheer, I think.
Spoke pretty eloquently, didn't it? Juhas. Brunt. Van Sack's under this, but so too is Kyle Lafferty.
It's done well.
Oh, brilliant work by Kyle Lafferty, and that's got to be a booking.
Has to be. Do you know what? He's done so well. He's won the first challenge against Van Sack, and then he's got on the end of his own flick on. And the power and the pace comes in here, and it's a foul. He's pulled his shirt back. Has to be a yellow card. I said to you earlier, Daniel, the left-hand side looks the most vulnerable to me. There's a lot of space in the challenge. If they get the right service to Kyle Lafferty, it'll cause problems. This is a good position, and Ollie Norwood over it.
The spray being deployed to the delight of the Hungarian supporters.
Oh, Ollie was going for goal. Very good position. That's being a little bit too ambitious, Ollie, I think. He's a good free kick taker, but you have to hit the target, and he hasn't.
Might have been Chris Baird on the back post. His reaction really told the story there. It was interesting. Stephen Davis in a good position on the edge of the box as well. There were
Options.
plenty more potential from that set piece.
Options.
Hungarian throw, eventually. The decision is made. Here's Varga. Rudolph arriving in the box. Hughes ensuring the cross didn't find him.
Michael's looking a free kick. He's saying that it's been fouled. Well done, Aaron Hughes. He got his body in the way.
Now of Brighton.
A lot of corner kicks as well. Now we're getting close to double figures here for corner kicks for Hungary.
Well, sooner or later they're going to make one really count. But Carroll is able to come for this one. It's the first one he's really had the chance to come and claim.
Well, he's made that one his own. And Zizek hung it up there for him. Under pressure from Juhas. Well done, Kyle. Now the referee's actually given it the other way. Is the pendulum going to swing, Daniel? That's the big thing. Just under 10 minutes in the first half. It's been an encouraging start for Northern Ireland.
A very encouraging start from Kyle Lafferty, who is showing all the qualities Michael O'Neill wants to see from him.
He's a good man to lead the line, and a target man. He's mobile, but he needs a service. I said that at the start. He has to get the right service, and it's not been too bad. You know, Brunty can hit this from here. Left foot.
It's all West Brom affair. It might be more than that with Macaulay coming in on the end of it. And he's going to be penalised.
Well, I don't know what else he's supposed to do. The ball's hung up, he's jumped, he's headed it. And he's limping now. It looks like he's hurt himself.
Not played yet in the Premier League this season, Gareth Macaulay, for West Brom. Jujak managing to get away from Ward. And not away from Brunt and Norwood, who is showing his displeasure at Balash Jujak.
Well, he looks like the type of player is, do not touch me, I've got the ball. And he's making a meal. He's very theatrical in everything he does. I think that's frustrating Ollie Norwood.
Talented player, 4 goals in the last qualification campaign.
Well, Bruntley's saying the same thing as me. He's simulating, he's diving.
Let's head it. The first real lull in the atmosphere at the Group Armour Arena, which is a controversial venue with a biometric entry system where you have to have your hands scanned for your fingerprints. All mod cons. That's upset one or two of the regulars here, the Ferencváros supporters. McLaughlin.
Still well.
Davis won't get any change out of Balog, though. Vilmos Vansak. Giorgio. Here's Chris Brunt for Northern Ireland. Conor McLaughlin. Ryan not in the squad because of a knee problem. Withdrawal after the original selection was made.
That's unfortunate for Ryan. He's a very promising player, and I know he wants to do well for Northern Ireland. Good turn from Kyle Lafferty.
Chris Baird. Now Davis. Here is Conor McLaughlin. Nice idea with the outside of the boot, looking for Corey Evans. Nikolic won't shake off Macaulay in a hurry.
He's fought hard to get it back again, hasn't he? He's not having a lot of joy, Nikolic. And they tend to go down very easy. The only one that doesn't go down easy is Varga. And he looks like a tough cookie. He wants to compete.
You can see why he's been such an important part of this Hungary side for a good long while.
Grip ball.
Here's Lafferty. And Lafferty's continued his run, just too much of an ask in the end.
You know, that was brilliant. As the left wing back is pushing on to where he thought the pass was going to go, and the ball was stuck in the channel, and the 2 players breaking forward. Super piece of play that was. Shame about the final ball for Kyle, and that's gone out. Starting to get sloppy, Hungary. They've had a good 15-minute spell around the half-hour mark, and then gradually Northern Ireland started to get back into the game and cause a few problems going forward themselves. So that's encouraging for Michael when he goes in for the half-time team talk.
Well, the fact that the door is open for a third-place team has effectively just added to the pressure for Hungary, hasn't it? The expectation. Greece, Romania, Finland and the Faroe Islands, the other teams in the group. The Romanians are the ones they're most nervous about. Haven't beaten them in 33 years. There's a lot of history there.
Oh, there's a lot of bad blood as well. That's a great run from Conor.
Up to Corey Evans. A forlorn glance around at the referee.
Well done, Jimmy Ward, first to react. Certainly Northern Ireland have upped the tempo in the last 5 or 6 minutes, having a good spell as we approach half-time, Daniel. Hence the whistles from the home crowd.
Well, that will be music to Michael O'Neill's ears. Ward. Lafferty. Varga gets there first. Nikolic, away from Baird. Oh, tremendous work by Lafferty. A free kick has been given.
You can see he's toe poked the ball away from Nikolic, and I said earlier he goes down really easy. Once he sees he's lost the ball, he goes to ground. The referee's going to vote Chris Bird, is it, or Ollie Norwood for that last challenge that caught Varga. Yeah. Can't argue with that one. He was late.
Well, you didn't see Varga making an awful lot of it.
And he got up and wanted to get on with it. You can see he's caught and he lifts his leg as he follows through. Now watch this. There's the ball. And down goes Nikolic. That's not a free kick for me.
And 3 centre-backs poised on the near edge of the box. The other way, Varga, Nikolic and Rudolph. Well, it's a long, long way out. I do wonder whether Dujak maybe fancies it.
I think he does.
It will be a Dujak strike. And hoiked away there by Ollie Norwood.
Oh, well done,
the brakes
Jamie.
on here, Jamie Ward. Numbers arriving to help him. On he goes, and surely, oh! Corey Evans will not have a better chance than that.
What a break, what a fabulous piece of play, Jamie Ward. He took the shot on. I thought he might have come inside. He's got 2 players over, he hit the target. Rebound comes to Corey, and Corey could have took a chance. He could have controlled it and stuck in the back of the net. He tried to hit it first time, puts it over the top, and that's a real opportunity. And Michael knows it.
Best opportunity by far.
They're sloppy now, Hungary. Starting to get sloppy. I don't want half-time to come.
Well, they're rattled, and I'm sure they can't wait to get into the dressing room.
There's a man under pressure. Mr. Pinter.
Well, they've exerted some, the set pieces, but chances, real chances at a premium for the home team.
Second ball picked up by Ollie Norwood.
But here's Varga for Hungary. Balog, Turja, Juhas. Just looking to calm things down a bit. Turja. And amidst the din, the referee brings proceedings to a close. Well, Jamie Ward with a brilliant breakaway for Northern Ireland. Corey Evans on the follow-up with a golden opportunity to put Northern Ireland in front. Overall, it's been an encouraging first half for them. Plenty of positives, always looking threatening on the break. Kyle Lafferty full of desire and determination. Hungary have exerted some pressure, a succession of set pieces, but no real clear-cut chances for the home side as yet. At the break here in Budapest, Hungary 0, Northern Ireland 0.
It is all square then at the break in this Group F encounter. We'll have the thoughts of Neil Lennon on a closely contested first half in Budapest. That's coming up next for you. 0-0 at the break in Budapest. Neil Lennon with us. What did you make of that first half then? I think the worrying thing for Michael O'Neill at the moment is that left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think he might have expected that playing Chris Brunt. He's not a natural left-back, and even here you see at times he gets caught ball-watching. He doesn't know where the man is, and that's understandable. And I think Michael will have to put up with that if he's going to, you know, persist with playing Chris there, which is what he wants to do, obviously. But it's the only time Hungary look threatening, really. They're just getting a little bit of joy down this right-hand side. Again, you know, he's caught between 2 players here. Doesn't know where to stick or twist. And the winger gets in behind. Aaron Hughes does a great job, and Aaron will have to do that a lot more in the second half if they're going to keep persisting and getting down this right-hand side. And he needs a little bit of support at times from either Aaron or Jamie Ward, because he's not a natural left-back, but he's doing very, very well, even though Hungary are maybe just exploiting that area a little bit.
What will Michael O'Neill be saying to the players now, though? What does he need them to do differently? More
of the same. Keep the shape. It's fine. But in the final third, have a little bit more self-belief about us, because they can win this game.
All right, well, plenty of endeavours thus far from Northern Ireland. Michael O'Neill, he will be hoping that his side can add a goal, of course, to that promising display. The second half is coming up next for you. Stay with us. Well, Neil Lennon's still with us in the studio. 0-0 the score then at half-time. Michael O'Neill had said going into the match that it was going to be crucial that they played with the right atmosphere, the right spirit. Have we seen that from his players?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the shape of the team has been good, you know, and the quiet in the crowd. You know, considering it's a new stadium and you're expecting the atmosphere to be really raw, you know, Northern Ireland have quelled that. And like I said, they've had the best chance of the game. I'm not convinced Hungary are a great side. I think the could be there for the taking tonight, and just a little bit more quality in the final third might see Northern Ireland over the line. The goalkeeper hasn't had much to do. They've dealt with the set pieces quite well, and they've been under no real sort of bombardment from Hungary.
All right, well, let's see what we get there. Ready to go now in Budapest. Time to cross back to Jerry Armstrong and Daniel Mann.
Yes, thanks, Kate. A very familiar face, making his presence felt at half-time. Tamas Prishkin coming on. So, now with Jori Eto over here. But fondly remembered, I think, particularly at Watford. Preston, Ipswich and QPR on his CV as well. Well, Northern Ireland have certainly given Hungary a scare. Can they go a step further? Just confirmed, by the way, Nemanja Nikolic, the man who's gone off for Hungary, so one striker for another.
Yeah, I think it's like for like, but Priskin is more of a goal scorer for me. He's got 13 goals internationally, and that's the man that needs to be marked. Zuzak gets the free kick. He's clever. If he's not going to retain possession of the ball, he goes to ground.
Daniel Terzier over the free kick. Stephen Davis organising. Terzier's ball in. It's a little overcooked.
That's awful. Not a good delivery at all.
Described by a certain Bobby Davison, you may remember, who was manager here at Ferencváros, as the Hungarian Frank Lampard. He's usually much better on set plays, to give him his due. That's Baird. Juhas losing out to Jamie Ward. Peter Galacci with that one big moment where he was required to really produce. Shouldn't be forgotten, this is competitive international debut.
Yeah, he did what he had to do. He got his body in the way. It was a ferocious shot. Movement, a little bit of movement on the ball, and he got his body and hands in the way. Now, if the rebound had went in, he might have been in trouble. And this is good play from Conor McLaughlin.
He's got Jujak for company. Oliver Norwood. Safely through to the ex-Liverpool goalkeeper. Never actually played a first-team game for Liverpool. Did for Hereford, Tranmere and Hull City on loan, though. Balog. Nice touch by Jujak. This is Rudolph for Hungary. Looks as though he's got away from Norwood. Dangerous ball. And Aaron Hughes across to deal with it.
Well, that's a good turn of pace from Rudolph. Lovely, intricate play. The first touch from Zuzak was excellent. And the break down the left-hand side. Cut back was good. And again, Aaron Hughes, so experienced, reads the situation. And another corner kick.
It's becoming a very familiar story. I'm hoping there are no twists in the plot. We'll come back to Jujak. Oh, and arriving at a rate of knots was Zoltan Liptak, but no harm done from a Northern Ireland point of view. Potentially a little to Roy Carroll.
Yeah, he's got hammered there. He's come for the cross, and A lot of bodies in the way. It's hung up there. I don't know if it's his own player that catches him. Yeah, it looks like it could be Aaron Hughes, but thankfully it's over the top.
Run for the throw. Lafferty showing for it. And he's the target. Liptak drawn out of the middle. Lafferty has done well. Liptak got a touch. Davis to fire the shot. Here's Brunt. Looking for the corner, and he's got it.
Well played. I'd like to see him get forward a wee bit more, Chris Brunt. He's got a good left foot. This is excellent play from Kyle Lafferty. The defender does well. Just touches the ball away there, Liptak. And the shot from Steve Davis was on target. And now a corner kick for Northern Ireland. Good ball in, good delivery. And can someone get a touch on it?
The boots on the other foot now. Ward coming short for it. McCauley's in there. Baird at the back.
Well, Varga just went to ground. I think he felt the presence behind him. And he's probably got the free kick.
Taking the pressure off. The pressure certainly on, though, in terms of expectation for this Hungarian team. They're never realistically going to recapture the heights of the wonderful team of the 50s that battered England on 2 occasions and got to a World Cup final, which they should have won. Jurcho, heavy touch. It still might break favourably. Chris Brunt taking charge.
He's claiming that come off the striker, off the end of his toe.
Terzier to Balog. Jujak. Varga. Liptak for Priskin. It's quite a handful, but that's a foul.
It's good defending there from Chris Brunt. He's done excellent. Let the striker jump onto him, and when he's headed the ball clear, Priskin fouls. That's a nice little bit of relief for the back four. Roy Carroll can come and clear his lines here and see can Northern Ireland create another opportunity at the other end.
Lafferty hunting it down.
Oh, he should have had support.
If someone had followed his example, then Hungary could have been in all kinds of trouble there.
Well, that's good play. Northern Ireland's won the ball back.
Beyond Lafferty this time. Felt the pressure. Jamie Ward, high boot.
Oh my goodness. It's getting worse, Daniel. Really is. He's won the ball cleanly. There was no contact with anyone else.
I think we'll file that look under bemused from Jamie Ward, and with reason. Here's Balog. Terzier. This is Varga. Zoltan Liptak. Priskin making a little dart. There's McCauley. Varga.
It's a good ball.
Lafferty's been flagged offside.
I think he must have started in an offside position when the ball was knocked.
This is Balog. Faroe Islands next to Northern Ireland in October at home in another unfamiliar Windsor Park setting, I think we'll describe it as, by the time that comes around. Liptak, this is Juhas. Hungary with a fixture they will dread against Romania in that October round.
Oh, well done. Conor McLaughlin been really solid and steady at right back tonight. Wins another free kick, forces a foul here from Rudolph.
Only his 4th cap. Very much a success story of the South American jaunt in the summer, where they faced top opposition in Chile and Uruguay and acquitted themselves extremely well. Well, here's Corey Evans, combining well with Lafferty.
Oh, it's a shame.
Straight to the feet of Jurcho, and now Hungary on the break. Juzak crying out for it on this near side. And here's Evans. Well, alarm bells were ringing for a moment, but in the end only a moment.
Both sides relying heavily on counter-attack, pushing players forward. That's a good ball, Steve Davis.
All the way back to Hughes. Gareth McCauley. Looking for Corey Evans. Seemed to come off Balag's back, but no great appeal.
I think Michael was looking for a free kick. I think Balag jumped into Corey. That was the impression he had. Foul throw. Justice has been done.
Coughlin to take. Well, he's got them worried. He's had them worried on a few occasions, Kyle Lafferty.
Asking a little bit too much of any of them.
Here's Liptak. Floated towards Prishkin. They can certainly play off him. "13 goals for the national side, as you mentioned, Jerry, back home in Hungary. Julieta, where he began his career at the age of 15. Spells in Austria and Israel, as well as South Wales and England. Juzak and Evans coming together.
And Corey had his elbows up quite high. Looks like they're going to make another substitution as well.
Yeah. Gogo Lovrencic is getting ready for Hungary. He plays in Poland, and quite a distinctive figure, as you'll see in a moment from his hairstyle. Corey Evans. Now here's Davis. Oliver Norwood. Baird. Chris Brunt. Jamie Ward. Brunt again.
That's a good ball.
Into Lafferty. Davis. Well, Varga is willing to try and apply a bit of pressure, but Northern Ireland knocking the ball around with a bit of poise and not under too much pressure. Be concerned now, though, that Kyle Lafferty is down. So we get a glimpse of Lovrencic, the substitute.
I think he's gone to try and challenge for the ball with Liptak, and he's caught him on the hip. This is the incident there. It's his elbow. That's what it is, his elbow.
Stepping away from the fray. While we were looking at that, Attila Pinter was some rather gymnastic instructions to some of the players already on the field. Diego Lovrencic is going to join them, of Lech Poznan.
Yeah, it's Gershko who goes off.
Well, here's Juhas for Hungary. Balog. Roland Juhas. Davis looking to press him. Oh, Vansak advancing. Brunt cutting him off at the pass, but Hungary hoping to build some momentum here with Lovrencic. In towards Prishkin, away by Baird. In midfield again as he was for much of the last campaign.
Shows great tenacity there from Jamie Ward. He really works hard and closes down, sees opportunities to pick a pocket.
He's certainly stated his case tonight, hasn't he, with his performance?
He's done well. He's created, well, probably our best 2 chances for me.
And the fact that come the hour mark, this new arena, in which the atmosphere was so buoyant before kickoff, is very quiet, tells you the job Northern Ireland have done up to now.
Well, that was the idea. That was what they were hoping for, and I always said, first proper match for the manager, Attila Pinter, and he's under a lot of pressure. Hence the 2 substitutions early in the second half.
He doesn't have perhaps their most potent striker, Adam Zale, available to him. There's some controversy over that. He's a very capable goal scorer in the Bundesliga with Hoffenheim.
Well, he said he won't play while he's manager.
Yep, he wrote an open letter saying exactly that, and he wouldn't play for the new coach. For his part, Pinter said, well, you can't decline an invitation I haven't given you. So no love lost there, clearly. And the president of the FA said, we will select only players who act appropriately in a human sense, even if that is at the expense of ability and knowledge of the game. So it might be a long way back for Mr. Zale.
Well, if you look at Pinter's previous club, he won the double and the players didn't want him there, even after he'd won the double. That tells you something. So there's got to be a history. This one's dangerous, but Jamie Ward's done well once again.
And he's got it under his spell. Lafferty was tugged by Vanchak.
You know what, he's looking around. He didn't appeal enough as well. Did the referee see it?
It's just a little hand out. We don't really see it there. It's a pretty angst-ridden place at the moment. This is Balog. Juhas. Varga. Rudolph. All the way out to Vansak. Plenty to aim at, but in the end, McLaughlin will help it away.
Well done, Connor. Good communication with Roy Carroll. Roy was thinking about coming and then just said away. That's what happened. Good turn now.
Rudolph did well. Oh, and that's a stinger for Roy Carroll's hands. Lovrencic.
Great shot, great save. He just got away from his marker there, Lovrencic. This is the ball in from Rudolph. First touch is good. Gets his shot up before he can get closed down. But then Roy Carroll produced a wonderful save. That's excellent play. He's only on the park. That could have been a huge impact.
He's pulled into an interesting position on the edge of the box here. Jujak. And on he goes, Jujak. Davis stands firm. And the decision goes Northern Ireland's way. There will be a throw-in. Pressure, which was certainly mounting there, relieved. Northern Ireland have a player down at the moment, which is why the game has not resumed.
Didn't really see the incident.
Well, he's Made those couple of changes. Lovrencic hinting that he might get a response.
Oh, Al McGinn.
Mike Taylor issuing the final briefing.
I think he's a good player to bring on at this stage of the game. He's got pace, and if you're defending and hitting on the break, he would be the ideal replacement, I think. And hopefully Jimmy Ward's not the one that we're thinking of taking off, because I'd keep him on.
Roy Carroll needing a bit of help from Conor McLaughlin with his footwear.
You can't tie shoelaces or bootlaces with gloves on, I'll tell you.
Ward back on his feet.
Oh, what's he done now? He's limping. Friend Varga. I don't think he actually put his foot up, but the referee's given the free kick against him. Let's have a look, see. Yeah, he's pulled his foot away just at the last second. Free kick for intent. I wonder, has he pulled something, Jimmy Ward? He's walking right round the other side, and he's not in any rush. I think it's a straight swap for Niall McGinn for Jimmy Ward.
Yep, his introduction imminent. Just going over the finer detail with the fourth official. And Jamie Ward's evening is over, and that's unfortunate.
Played well, played really well.
The referee was a little bemused. Why isn't somebody going off? But of course Jamie Ward is walking around the outside of the pitch, so
well, he's not moving 100%. I think he's pulled something. There's a muscle of some sort, and he knows he can't continue. Well, it's a great turn from Kyle Lafferty.
Tremendous standing up to the challenges, great strength. Well, he has been a strength for Northern Ireland tonight, and it's a shame that for the final 25 minutes they're deprived of his services.
Yeah, he's been excellent, really has.
One man's misfortune, another man's opportunity. Niall McGinn on. Here's Norwood, Baird, Davis. Wriggled away from two. Into Lafferty. This is good football. Davis, Corey Evans. McLaughlin outside him, but the ball in. Will be dealt with initially by Juhas, who will complete the job. Nicely done by Prishkin. Rudolph. Lovrencic steaming like a train through the middle. And giving it away, and it's Baird. One for Lafferty to chase.
That's an interesting one.
Can he try and force a corner? Balog stuck well to his defensive task tonight on his international debut. Giving a bit of help there to Roland Juhas.
Again, he's gone down very, very quickly there. Lovrencic, and he's feigned the injury. He's just thrown himself to the ground. Referee's not giving him nothing.
Balog. Jujak. Terzier. Looking for Lovrencic. It's been a real bottle of pop here for Hungary, and he drives it, but Roy Carroll, oh, he's behind it.
Yeah, he looks very positive, Lovrencic. Every time he gets the ball, he's looking to get a strike in, he's looking to cause problems, and he's made an impact. Oh, well picked up, Steve Davis.
Great energy and desire. Baird. Brunt. McGinn with him on that side. Here's Norwood. Oh, and Corey Evans here. Might get another chance.
Unlucky. First touch was good, headed first time. Unlucky, Corey Evans.
Both sides plotting changes at the moment. Shane Ferguson, it appears, is getting ready for Northern Ireland. Istvan Kovac about to come on for Hungary. Terzier. This is Liptak. Prishkin rare to capitalise if Brunt didn't deal with that. Here's Lovrencic. Rudolph. He's got away from Davis. Rudolph!
On his left foot, it opened up from there, couldn't hit the target. And we'll see who the substitute it's going to be. Rudolph off. That's his last attempt in this game. Leaning back over the top.
Well, thank you and good night for Gergely Rudolph. He will be replaced by Istvan Kovac. Plays for Videoton, the league leaders here. They were coached until fairly recently by Paulo Sousa, who described Kovac as Hungary's most talented player. He does have a nickname, Little Pele. Davis.
Chance
Promise here, Norwood. McGinn. Beyond Kyle Lafferty.
It's funny, he's tracked inside there, Niall McGinn, and he saw Kyle Lafferty initially at the far post, but Kyle's made his run inside into the near post. And that was a chance.
Prime Minister Orban, who is a huge football fan, sat next to Vladimir Putin, I'm told, at the World Cup final earlier this year, and they were good pals. And his government has certainly been good for football in terms of financial help. Here's Varga. Kovac. Jujak. It's opened up for Jujak. Cannon back off Prishkin.
Looked like on target as well.
Here's Terzier.
They're starting to pick up momentum. I'm just wondering the substitutions for Hungary have added a bit of momentum.
Here's Kovac. Now Prishkin. Jujak to help. Lovrencic back post. Put the pressure on Brunt. Here he is again.
Oh, he's miscued. That's unfortunate for him because he's done everything else right. Lovrencic has been a handful. And Northern Ireland making a substitution now, and it looks as if Gareth McCauley has a problem. He's coming off, and Cathcart is coming on.
There was a little concern when he wasn't moving too freely a few moments ago. Cathcart on. Facing his Watford teammate, Daniel Terzier. McLaughlin. Well,
he's been so consistent, this referee. Every time a foot's raised, even if there's no contact, he's still given the free kick. So
at least he's consistent.
He's been consistent. That's what it's all about. If he does it for both teams, you can't really argue.
Well, Lafferty and Juhas battling royally again.
He's had a couple of good battles, hasn't he, Kyle? Lafferty with the defensive trio.
Well, Michael O'Neill, they're 20 minutes away, 20 minutes or so away from a very positive result to start the campaign with. Difficult start with 3 away games in the first 4. The Windsor Park renovation situation obviously playing its part in that.
Yeah, next game for them is the Faroe Islands in October. That's a very big game. They need to get something out of this one first, and again, giving the ball away very cheaply. I'd like to see better service for the front men for Kyle Lafferty, particularly in the channels. Here's Jujic.
Nearly 75 minutes of good work isn't tossed away. That's
absolutely.
What you've got to hope.
It's all about concentration for 90 minutes, not 75.
Liptak cut out by Norwood. Terzier. He's going to wind one up here. Oh, and it cannoned. And it might fall for Lovrencic. Well, Turge's shot squirming off Cathcart, the Watford pair.
Yeah, what a great block that was from Bronte. Bronte first to react. He gets lucky. It's a shot from a stupid range, but it falls kindly into the path. And as he pulls the trigger, and he has been a handful, hasn't he, since he come on? Lovrencic.
Prishkin piling in! Agony for Northern Ireland. Finally, a set piece pays dividends for Hungary.
Well, it was inviting, it's hung up in there. I just wonder, could somebody have blocked this run or done better? It was a wonderful cross, great delivery. Let's have a look. No, it's Zuzak, I think it is his cross. Let's see. Well, he's got to start, and everybody, the problem you've got is you've just made a substitution. One centre half for another. Cathcart's not been on the park long enough, and that's unfortunate. It's a great ball in from Zuzak, but he's got a free header. He's got up above everybody. And Prishkin does the damage. It's his 14th goal for Hungary.
Well, Attila Pinter, as long as they can hang on to this, can say in the post-match post-mortems that his substitutions made an impact.
Well, he'd be right. Certainly Kovac and Prishkin, and the other one that really has been a handful is Lovrencic. He's been very, very dangerous. He's had 2 shots on target since he came off the bench. I think that's what's made them a little bit more positive for me in this last 20 minutes. But Northern Ireland really need to change their ideas and tactics. They've got to start to gamble. May as well lose 2-0 as lose 1-0 and get bodies forward.
Corey Evans. Baird.
Well, they're going to drop back in their own half and encourage Northern Ireland to keep the ball in their half. Make them go square and then hit them on the break when they can.
And what a difference it makes to the fragile confidence of players and spectators.
Good play from Conor McLaughlin.
Davis sold Corey Evans a little short. An advantage played.
Yep.
Stephen Davis. Prishkin. Well, he's gone down as though he was caught by Baird. I'll reserve judgment as to whether that was actually the case.
I don't know. The referee's not doing anything. Did Prishkin make the most of it? That's what you have to ask. Let's see. I don't think he catches him that much at all. I think he's made the most of it. He's just killing time, winning a free kick.
It's cute, clever, and ultra-professional. Here's Lovrencic.
He's very positive, and his first touch is always spot on. He's looking to go past people or get a shot in. Lovrencic is, as I said, come off the bench 15-20 minutes ago, been very, very positive.
Kovac. Given away. Lovrencic's ball. Aaron Hughes was there. Liptak. Well, to help Northern Ireland's effort to salvage the situation, Billy Mackay is going to get an opportunity.
That's a good decision. He's a goal scorer. He's taking a midfield player off and he's putting a striker on. And that's the gamble I said he needs to take. With less than 15 minutes left on the clock.
Might as well go down fighting. Zuzak. Balog. Jujak just breezing away from Davis, who's put a lot into this. Balog, Kovac. Pushkin just drifting into the box, looking though for Lovrencic.
There's a chance for a break on here.
McGinn. Davis won't get there. Terzier. Jujak. Great ball for Lovrencic. Two in the box here for him. One of them is Pushkin.
That's a chance.
It's a let-off.
It is, that's a chance. He's fluffed that one.
Back in there by Terzier. Vargas in there. Lafferty is Baird. Mackay dropping short. Here he is. Brunt. McGinn. Baird. Well, the challenge very different now for Northern Ireland. They've had those opportunities on the break, but now Hungary looking to show similar defensive discipline. Lafferty.
You want him in the box now, though.
Mackay's in there at the moment. Davis. Lafferty. Oh, this is promising. Could be more than that. Must be!
What a goal.
Niall McGinn! That will do nicely, thank you.
That is fantastic. What a fabulous piece of play. They kept possession from right to left. Kyle Lafferty picked up the ball and went on a run past 2 or 3 players. And, you know, he's played a 1-2, and I'm thinking the cross is going into the box, but he's got it back, and he's got in behind the back 4 and cut the ball across for a tap-in for Niall McGinn. Fabulous play. And started by Niall McGinn. Or, sorry, started by Kyle Lafferty and tapped in by Niall McGinn. But they'll take that all day long. That's brilliant play from the big man. And that's one of the easiest goals Niall McGinn's going to score in his career. And Michael O'Neill can say he can pick us up as well.
Well, he scored a memorable goal in Portugal in the last campaign. This one could be of even more crucial importance.
Yep. Well, the other thing is, it's only the second time Northern Ireland's ever scored against Hungary. The last time was Norman Whiteside in a 2-1 defeat at Windsor Park. And this might turn out to be a better occasion with 8 minutes left on the clock.
Over 7 hours of international football without a goal since Stephen Davis struck in Israel. Exactly what they needed. Oh, but Lovrencic safely to Carroll.
There was a good call from Roy Carroll, and he saw Brunty was there, and there's the Irish fans doing the bouncy. They've plenty to jump up and down about, haven't they?
Well, a busy night of international action. Sky Sports 5 is the place to be from 7 o'clock for Scotland's almighty battle with Germany.
Well, that's going to be fun. A much improved Scotland, I'll say, under Gordon Strachan. They've really come on.
The world champions beaten in their first outing since by Argentina.
Yeah. Di Maria was man of the match. He was absolute. Well, he scored a goal, but he made 3 as well. The new Manchester United signing. Now the shoes on the other foot, and Varga trying to create a chance.
Lovrencic, Brunt in the way. Davis, more zip in his step now.
Chance on the break.
Mackay. Through for McGinn. Who's going to win the race here?
Oh, he's unlucky. Oh, he's pulled the hamstring, hasn't he? He's stretched. He had to stretch Liptak. He had to make that his. It was a 50-50, and he's lunged at the end there. And he's pulled the hamstring, Liptak.
Well, if he can't carry on, it means Hungary are down to 10.
That's right.
They used all their subs.
Like I said, he's a great player to bring on as a sub, Niall McGinn, because of his pace. You get him in a 1-on-1 situation. And I think they're going to have to go to a flat back 4. The 3 centre halves are going to be down to 2 centre halves. And play with 2 full backs.
Well, that will have delighted the travelling Northern Ireland supporters. While we were looking at the stricken Liptak, Kyle Lafferty was just getting a little bit of attention to his knee on this near side.
And you don't want Kyle getting off. Over 1,000 Northern Ireland fans here tonight, and once again doing the country proud.
Kovac.
It's a great ball.
Lovrencic, it's beautiful. Up against Brunt here. Up against Brunt and winning, it's dangerous.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, crucial header that by Corey Evans.
Wow.
Here's Balog. Kovac. You see the idea to try and feed Jujak. They may be short-handed, but they're not short of players who can cause a threat. Varga. Kovac. Balog.
They're still pushing players forward.
Well, they need to start with a victory. It's Jujak's ball in. Juhas. Terzier wins the battle with Corey Evans. He was always favourite. Kovac. Jujak. Jujak's strike. Oh, Priskin making a nuisance of himself. I think that was always going to result in a free kick.
It was. The referee, I think, had already blown, but Priskin, the big lad, he's made an impact. That's a shot that's blocked by Chris Bird, and you can see he's leading with his elbow. Not that I didn't do that myself, but I'm afraid you can't do it no more.
Yeah, there are centre-backs all around the world who remember your elbows, Jerry.
Well, less than 5 minutes on the clock, and this would be a very good start for Michael O'Neill and his squad. And they played really well tonight. Still don't think that, I said in the first half, too many corner kicks, giving away too many free kicks, and that was always going to be a problem. They're going to get one of them right sometime. Look at Varga, he's been absolutely superb tonight in the midfield.
Lovrencic. The fear is he might conjure something more. Hughes able to stoop.
Good play.
They're still full of energy, but he's out of the game now, and here's Davis. McGinn. Lafferty wants it on this near side.
Take him on. Oh, he's unlucky. He was nearly past the last defender.
Yeah, Van Sack.
Tuischer's had to drop in as a makeshift centre half. He's playing at the back now.
Van Sack had to be a little careful in that situation. He was booked in the first half. 10 men is one thing, but 9.
Nice layoff.
Here's McGinn. Mackay. Evans.
Overlaps on.
We'll now use McLaughlin. Back to Evans. Baird.
Oh, Steve Davis is the outlet if they want to give him it.
Hughes will use Brunt. McGinn.
That's good play. Oh, it's
It's a
opening up.
tremendous run by McGinn. And the block will only find the feet of Corey Evans. It's McGinn. Surely! Must be! It is! For Kyle Lafferty! Oh, it's turning into a special, special night for Northern Ireland.
Fabulous goal. What a great response from Northern Ireland. Now McGinn again, he's had the shot. He made that, I said about his change of pace and taking on defenders, and he's cut inside, had the shot, and it's blocked. But it fell kindly for Corey. He sees the run from Niall McGinn. He cuts it back, and it's a tap in for Cal. What a smashing goal, and what a dream start for Michael O'Neill. We spoke to him, didn't we, Daniel, before kick-off, and he was very upbeat and positive. The players, he said, have trained really well. They've trained at Arsenal's training ground and Watford's training ground in London ahead of this game. And he said they've been really working hard. And, you know, we have a positive feeling about it. And this is a response. That's what you need. And they deserve it, fully deserve it.
Well, you won't take that off Kyle Lafferty. Hint of a touch off Van Sack, the defender.
Yeah, it puts him on double figures now. He's got 10 goals for Northern Ireland, which is brilliant. Good goal scoring figures. He's less than 40 caps. And 1 and 4 is very, very creditable.
And the disaffection all around the Groupama Arena.
Well, some of the fans are starting to walk to the exit. Well, they've got the lead now. Can they hang on to it? It's coming up to 90 minutes on the clock. There'll probably be a few minutes of extra time added on, but they're in the driving seat. And don't let them back into it again. Well done, Connor.
Zoltan Liptak, the Hungarian centre-back, still looking on forlornly from behind that byline.
It's funny, two centre-halves. One comes off for Northern Ireland, and Craig Cathcart was only on the park 1 or 2 minutes when they got the goal from the corner kick. And you feel sorry because he's not really get into the match yet. And the Hungarians took advantage of that. Now Northern Ireland have found a gap at the back and got a second goal while the centre-half was off, and a chance.
Baird will strike it.
A good place to have a dig at it. Hasn't scored any goals for Northern Ireland. 4 minutes, Daniel, is what they're saying.
Well, it might feel like 4 years if Hungary get a head of steam up. They're in a good place at the moment, the men in white. I mean, the place is green all around, isn't it, this stadium?
He's worked really hard. Corey Evans is, you know, he's headed that one off the line as well from the last delivery they put in. Smashing defensive midfield player on the right side. He'll work all day long for you. He's got a great engine. Here's Chris Baird on the ball.
Again,
he's a danger man, I tell you. One-on-one situations, he can beat anybody.
Mackay is showing for it. Davis looking to drift it towards Lafferty. Remember,
play.
Never beaten Hungary before, Northern Ireland. They would certainly have come into this second favourites against a side very expectant here at home.
Well, they're going for it now. That last ball's let them down. Conor McLaughlin clears the way.
Levencic trying to find Kovac. Here's Toja. Floated towards Juhas, who's gone up there. There's a goal-scoring centre-back. They need all hands on the attacking deck now, the Hungarians.
Well, there's no point in being defensive. 6 goals Juhas has got from centre-half position. Not bad, I'll tell you.
And 3 in 6 games this season so far.
Yep.
So,
oh, he's done well, Kyle. He's got across him, and I think he's done well. And you can see there, lipping across Liptak, Sultan Liptak. He's pulled the muscle.
Yeah.
And that must be so disappointing for him after them getting the lead with, what, 15 minutes to go?
Yeah.
And now in extra time, or added on time, they find themselves 2-1 down. That's a poor clearance.
Levencic. Well, that'll do. That
Rosette
almost cleared the roof, never mind Rosette. That a sweet sound for everybody watching back home.
Well, it's great to hear the fans. They travel all the time. We've said it before. The most wonderful fans travelling away from home, never any trouble, enjoy themselves, and they've got something to sing about. A lot of expectations in this group, but Northern Ireland, oh, it's giving it away cheaply. Kyle Lafferty's got a chance to break now.
Yeah, it was Levencic, the substitute, who's made such a positive impact, who's given it away. But no need for urgency now.
Well, they've got bodies behind the ball, but there was a half a chance on there.
And coming back was Prishkin. Juhas, the furthest man forward.
Well done, Craig Cathcart. Cushioned header into the path of Conor McLaughlin. Great ball, he's onside.
Yeah, Billy Mackay, he's not got much in the way of company.
Oh, it zipped off the surface a wee bit too quick for me. He's unfortunate there. Billy's done really well.
Great desire.
Really well. Timed the run really well as well for me, but that's it.
The perfect start for Northern Ireland. What a night here in Budapest. And the reaction of the Hungarian fans tells you the whole story of what they think about it. A tremendous 3 points for Michael O'Neill's men. Remember, their first away win of any sort in 4 years, and they've had to come from behind to do it. They've shown character, grit, determination, desire, discipline, and no little skill to earn a tremendous result here. Tamas Priskin popping up at a set piece. So many threatening situations from those, one sooner or later was going to have to pay. With 15 minutes to go, you would have thought that was that. But that was without reckoning with Northern Ireland's famous spirit. Niall McGinn, substitute for Northern Ireland, answering back with one of the most straightforward goals he will ever score, but beautifully worked. And Kyle Lafferty coming up with the goods right at the end, when Hungary have been reduced to 10 men due to an injury to Zoltán Lipták, the centre-back, having used all 3 substitutes. A tremendous night, and the party is just beginning. Hungary 1, Northern Ireland 2.
Oh, and it really was, wasn't it? Just an incredible night for Northern Ireland. They turned it around there, took 3 points from that from that opening game of their campaign. All right, Neil Lennon with us in the studio. Promising night for Northern Ireland, wasn't it? They gave exactly the response that you would have wanted. Yeah,
especially having gone a goal down when they were under a little bit of pressure second half, but they found a little bit of self-belief and confidence, and the 2 goals they scored were excellent and thoroughly deserved victory. Sets them up now going forward. They've got the Faroe Islands at home. You know, you're hoping to win that. That's maximum points from the first 2 games, and that's a great start in the campaign.
How critical was it to get off to that good start for confidence levels?
Yeah, I mean, they hadn't won, the guys were saying, for 4 years, you know, so that's a long, long wait for a win. But you could see it coming. I mean, Hungary I didn't think were great, and I just felt if Northern Ireland, you know, had a little bit of conviction about their play, which they found, even though they've gone a goal down. They found it through Lafferty, through McGinn, and Michael was brave with the substitutions, bringing on Mackay and McGinn, you know, to add a little bit of impetus going forward, and it worked, and it's a great start.
Certainly is. Let's quickly go over to Budapest. Paul Gilmore is there for us with more reaction.
Niall, just to put that into context, Northern Ireland's first away victory in 4 years. Just try and sum that up.
Just unbelievable. I was a bit disappointed in the start of the game, but to come on and obviously help the team win the game was just great. So I was just delighted to come on and score, and obviously to set up the winner as well.
These scenes to your left, the Northern Ireland fans, a rare away victory. What is the significance of this win tonight?
I think it's just massive, the hard work we put on behind the scenes. We met up earlier in the week, and it's just been great. So we just had to reward the fans for all the miles they put in all over the campaigns, and this is a big night for them.
What does it say about the character in this side to come back from 1-0 down so late in the game? You must have been tired. Not many players playing regular club football this season.
Yeah, no, the fitness of the guys was superb. I thought we didn't deserve to go 1 goal behind, but to come back and win the game 2-1, the boys showed great character, so we've got to go and enjoy our night now.
How important is consistency? Home to Faroe Islands next. This is surely the best possible chance for Northern Ireland to start a campaign with 6 points.
Yeah, so definitely a good start. 3 points on the board, so we've got a lot of tough games coming up now, so we've got to just keep working hard behind the scenes as we have done.
Now, well done. Let's bring in the match winner, Kyle Lafferty. Kyle, fantastic. How do you begin to sum that up?
Obviously, we knew it was going to be hard coming here. They done well in the last campaign for the World Cup qualifiers, so we knew if we dug deep and we play the way we can do, we'll pick up points tonight. So hopefully, thankfully we went on and won the game.
How close was that performance to the game plan pre-match?
Obviously, we worked on them for 5-6 days. I think we met up maybe 2 or 3 days early, but it shows tonight that it needs it. Michael organised us well, and at the end of the day, we got 3 points, and we're sitting very nicely for the first game.
And for you personally, did you have a point to prove to your teammates, to the supporters?
Yeah, I do. I think the last campaign I let myself down. More importantly, I let Michael down in the squad and the fans. I knew that my work rate will always be 110%, and obviously my ability, hopefully it'll take me further. So thankfully we've done that tonight, and I've got the winning goal, and I'm happy.
Kyle, many congratulations. Well done. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Well, here we are in the stadium just after 3 points tonight. It was a fantastic start from the boys. Everybody's buzzing, and it's definitely nice to send the fans home happy for once, and everybody will hopefully can enjoy the night tonight and look forward to the games coming up in October and build upon this result.
Obviously, the equaliser and then the situation with Liptak, we believed obviously then that we could win the game. I felt that as the game progressed that we would get opportunities anyway. The set piece I felt came slightly at and obviously a bad time for us when we lost Macaulay, who the centre back who would have marked Briskin for the set piece. So that was unfortunate for us. But I felt that once we got deep, when we levelled, that we were capable of going on to win the game. I think that the Hungarian team felt the pressure, they felt the expectation, and you could see that. There was almost relief in the players' body language when they scored. So then to suddenly find themselves 1-1 and then ultimately 2-1 behind, they looked like they had lost the belief to win the game.
So the question was, how was it possible for Northern Ireland to turn around the game after conceding a goal so late in the game, in the 75th minute? Where did you get the strength from to not just equalise but to go on and win the game? Where did this come from?
I think that this is a group of players that in the last campaign got very little things to go in their favour. We got very little luck in the last campaign. I felt that this campaign, hopefully we could address that. And I just felt that on the night, the performance, the work rate, I just felt that there was a belief in the players that I perhaps haven't seen in some of the other games in the last campaign. Possibly with Lafferty, we needed something big to open the game up. Lafferty gave us that by setting up the equaliser and obviously to score the winner. We got a little bit of good fortune with Liptak going off and Hungary being reduced to 10 men. That was good fortune for us. We've had very little of that in the past 2 years, so I won't complain about that. But I just think the strength came from within the group of players. We have a good group, an honest group of players, and we have a great captain in Stephen Davis, who I think kept the players focused and kept them believing that they could get something from the game.